Stop disrespecting Tupac, man. There will never be another. There will always only be one. And my issue, I don't have my issue, I'm just speaking my piece. We keep looking at this man, for Tupac Machiavelli. And that's cool. The artist, the actor, the controversy, all of that. That's cool, but we forget that this was a 25-year-old man that passed, that was murdered. But the crazy part about it is, it's so much good. This man is dead behind records, behind movies, behind closed door. That's not knowledge that I feel like it's a tactic in a sense to wipe out another historical figure. Don't think I'm trying to romanticize Tupac's career and say, oh, he's degraded. Like, don't get it wrong. I have my opinions about how I feel about that man. But at the end of the day, when you really look at his body of work, his content, and you look at the chronological order of events in his lifetime and his career, y'all wouldn't recognize a god, y'all wouldn't recognize a leader if it came on the radio, obviously. This man was trying to help, trying to do what many men talk about doing today. He was talking about doing that at 21 years old. And we forget that he was raised in a household of revolutionaries. So when people say, oh, he wanted to be gangster, he never said that, man. It's the thing you call creativity. Tupac was being creative. He knew who he was, but he knew how he had to reach his people. He knew he had to get to the bottom of the bottom and experience the top of the top. He had to figure out ways of communication. He had a whole bridge between the East and West Coast, irregardless of the details of how certain events probably played out. At the end of the day, who can do that in such a way that it motivates you to want to still be relevant today for something positive for your community? Like, and our people want to focus on superficial things that don't even matter. This man was doing, he was raising money for the Panthers. His godfather is Geronimo Pratt. Assata Shakur is his aunt, like godmother. Like, we're not really looking into who he is. We're looking at what America wants us to look at him as. Go listen to some Tupac, man. His first albums prior to Death Row. Go listen to Me Against the World, Strictly for My Niggas. Go listen to those. Then go listen to All Eyes on Me. And you can see yourself. He's still a man. That man went through what any other human being will have to go through if you're in a predicament when it's involving your freedom and money. And he always held himself accountable. Irregardless if we could go back and forth about what he said about Big and Big having nothing to do with it. That's neither here nor there. We could go there, but me personally, I can say I wasn't there to speak negatively and say Big had a part of it. I can't say that, but what I can say is he's human like everybody else. You're going to speak out how you feel. But in the midst of all of that, the man was giving out homes to the homeless and mansions he never lived in. He was making visits to hospitals to children just because. Not no special appearance or Tupac came. He put things in his name and other people's name to give the communities. Like, before we try to judge a man, especially men of all people, we need to really look into these men and see what they really tried to accomplish and see what they really did. Tupac was a leader, man. He was one of our last activists. Believe it or not, that man was not a rapper. That man was a political revolutionary activist for our people. And he went right under our nose because we were so focused on dumb shit like gangster shit, money, all this other shit that I could say, yeah, he probably propagated too. Because it's the music industry. The music industry is a part of the entertainment business. Let's not be deaf, blind, and dumb to that. But behind all of that, it's worth like listening, so I blast myself. Like, self-reflection. He taught you self-reflection, humility, generosity. You know what I'm trying to say? Brotherhood. And y'all missed it. I could say I'm happy I experienced that. I grew up in Oakland, California from 1989 to 1999. I was born in 88. So my first steps was in Oakland, California. My first words was in Oakland, California. Growing up at that time, you don't know, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what you know, but when you get older and it manifests in your brain, it's another world. And I was living in Oakland, California when Tupac was out there. I'm seeing uncles hanging with Too Short, drew down from a block from where my family from. My mother seen Tupac perform at the Diamond Center and East Mall before with Digital Underground. And hear these stories, I'll take this personal, man, because that was a great man. Don't let these other artists and these other radio personalities blatantly tear down our leaders, man. Pac wasn't a rapper, he wasn't an artist. Yeah, he was, but he wasn't. That man was a leader. He was a leader. And we could debate all day about his lyrical content, about particular actions or particular cases he got. But you can't compare nobody to Tupac unless you're talking about Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Fred Hampton. You know what I'm trying to say? These greatly, you can't compare no rapper to this man unless we're keeping it hip hop. But the content I'm speaking on is humility, power. The man tried to start an independent political party, man. He tried to bring the Bloods and Crips together, and y'all want to sit up here and drag him and his mother through the dirt and through the mud because niggas feel like they got the first-hand word or first-hand knowledge of what took place with something. We can never grow, man. We chopping off our leaders, and we think nothing of it in the name of rap music. I'm not letting y'all take down Pac, man. Y'all can take down whoever y'all feel, whatever. Even with that, they are own, we shouldn't do that. But personally, y'all not taking down Pac. Tupac Shakur will forever live. You understand? Rest in peace, big brother.